Weather conditions are absolutely gorgeous. Could not have asked for a better day. You know, sun shining.
Field's dry.
Field is dry. Yeah, and the boys are pretty pumped to be playing here.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful setup they've got with the field here. Enclosed by trees.
Nice little.
Getting into kickoff here. Dr. Cooper Coates starts the game for us. Kicking it deep into Capilano territory. Capilano looking to play a phase. Yeah. Bringing the ball back into their own zone. They are forced to keep the ball in bounds. It's a little bit difficult to see in the shade. I apologize for that. Bit messy from the Vikes.
Unfortunately, it's a big game for Capilano.
Big opportunity here for Capilano now to strike. Using that exit there, putting great pressure on the Vikes, putting them in a position to attack from just outside of their half.
Tough place to defend here too, with 50-22 being an option. It looks like it'll be the Vikes scrum actually.
Oh, Capilano knock-on, we're mistaken. There he is as well. Keegan Neary, starting 9 this weekend. Returning from 7 months of bicep rehab. Just an absolute dog with his rehab. Finding his way back to the game.
And his arms are even bigger than before.
Super quickly. Yeah, honestly, not sure how. I guess when you only work out your bicep for...
Good set piece here from the Vikes. Puts Alex Gavage in open space.
Alex Gavage.
Oh!
Who is that? Is that the Ferrari?
That's the Ferrari.
Wow. Engine's hot. Engine's ready. And
good looking rugby from the Vikes.
Wow. That is...
AC will carry it in.
That's a fantastic first carry from the Ferrari. Only getting the 3rd gear there, but...
Still, you see the speed on display.
It is unbelievable.
We're going to speed up the ball a bit here.
Good tackle on the wing, on the edge there from Capilano.
And Vikes.
Stopping what was a good opportunity for the Vikes.
Will we offer an early 3 here? Keep the pressure on through the lineup. Another returning player today, actually a lifelong friend of Keegan Neary, Ryder Haney-Corns.
Also known as the Rons. You might remember last weekend, or 2 weekends ago now, I guess.
Last game.
Yeah, against James Bay. We actually had, Ryder was still hurt at that point, and we had the Rons who replaced the Rons. Both Rons on the team here today.
One in the 19 shirt.
Ronan Smith and Ryder.
Referred to as Prime Ron Ronan Smith because he was the first one to
earn the nickname of Rons. Yeah, it's quite interesting. There's actually been a select few picked to become a Rons, myself and Lachlan here included, and together we all make up the Knights of the Rons table.
Luke Hamilton recently added to that group as well.
Conversion from Garrett.
Really good. Kick is good.
As you can hear from the announcer, kick is good. Uvik lead 3-0 to start the game.
For the Vikes here, building off that big set piece we saw.
Now the Knights of the Rons table back to the top of the yeah, it's quite an important group of, like I said, select few. You know, a lot of important decisions and stuff like that made by the Rons table. Unfortunate kick from Capilano. Absolutely.
Puts it past the 40, almost to the 50 if we get a good spot.
Win the race, let's go!
That's well done, just past the 40. Great kick from Garrett.
Get out there. Now look at it, get stuck in and defend some more.
Vikes going to be looking here to defend this line out. Capilano is quite a big forward pack. Yeah. 2 big, tall boys.
A couple big carriers in the back line as well.
Z, B, 3, 7, run!
Line out's good for Capilano.
Good chop.
Great chop. Who was that? Jamar.
Throwing that shoulder in there.
Jack Marshall. Yeah, he's really dropping the shoulder today. A little bit gym skinny, if you ask me. Had a coffee this morning. Took 1 sip. Coffee hit the taste buds, and immediately he could tell that they burnt the bean while they were cooking it.
Over that 97 degree pressure.
And a great turnover from the Vikes. Who was that? No, Maynard's. Brendan Christensen. Wow, and a great poach from Maynard's.
Nice chop, Doc.
Just, he wanted that ball and he got it.
Great shot from John Cooper.
Great safe kick from the Doc. You know, helping the Vikes just march their way up the field.
Yeah, big chunk of territory.
It's something you look forward to every weekend. Just watching the Doc get surgical with his kicks. Yeah, quite impressive, really. Vikes with the lineup. Jack Marshall at the hook today, thrown in for the Vikes. Yeah, that is another 3 rungs up the social ladder for sure. Getting back to his favorite position there at the hook. Keegan Neary plays the ball. Dylan. Oh, good carry from Dylan. Great defensive stop by Capilano. Jamar with the carry. And he, again, just dropping the shoulder, really getting into the groove. Who was that? BK? BK. Another start in the front row for him. Yeah, he was so beyond excited.
He's been fired up. A lot of the boys know it's a long journey. There's time to retire, not BK.
Yeah, you know, the ferry over can get a little tiring.
He's still hopping about right now.
The boat was actually rocky, like quite rocky on the way over here today, and there was an announcement. They said it was choppy water and like windy weather conditions, but it was actually BK getting in the water, getting in front of the boat, and giving it a big crouch bind set. Good stop there. Who was that? Dylan Cleaver, the captain. Great defensive stop.
Get around the corner. Capilano playing some football. Good job. Dylan Cleaver put that down.
Knock on from Capilano. Here goes the Rons with a great carry. Capilano on the back foot now. Vikes, they don't want to play fast here, but can't get the ball out. Oh, looks like Capilano stole it. Capilano playing it wide now. Bit of a
tackle on the wing from Jettis.
Bit of a break, but yeah, no, none other than Jackson Jones is there to stop it. The Rons with his first tackle back, pulling that man down.
That's good defense from the Vikes. Not giving him anything unnecessary, no easy outs.
A kick from Capilano.
Oh, Capilano
finds grass and collected by Capilano.
Going to the backfield for the Vikes.
Capilano playing to their A-pod. Good out carry, breaks the first tackle. Yeah, playing back to the blind. Strong carry, just straight up the guts from Capilano.
Another one, just getting some go forward ball and making the defense go backwards.
Vikes with a little bit of line speed, a bit of disconnection there. Wow, this is a strong carry from Harvard and a knock-on from the fly half after a great offload. Vikes, yeah, Vikes bailed out there for sure. But it doesn't matter. We're going to go to the scrum. BK's going to get excited.
Oh, yeah.
Fun fact about BK, actually, he spent 4 years in the Netherlands harvesting tulips. So if you have any questions about gardening, feel free to ask him. Just, yeah, shoot him a DM on Instagram. He'll be able to help with that.
Man of many talents.
Yeah, you know, for somebody who's so good in the scrum, he actually has some of the most delicate fingers.
He really is a gentle giant.
Yeah, he is.
Vikes looking to exit as efficiently as possible here. Stay out of any trouble. They'll use the left foot of Garrett.
A good exit from the Vikes. Let's see where the touchy place is that one.
Up to about the 25.
20, yeah, 25 to 27 range. Great view of the line out here. You got Maynard's with a big jacket earlier. At the front for Vikes. Followed by Alex Gordon, Murdoch Casey, Jay Jettis, Jackson Jones, also known as, and Brendan Kim, the scrum prodigy, some might say.
10, 9, 4, 3, 7, 1.
Played out by Capilano. Vikes get up and are able to stop that. That's a good stop before the game line from the Vikes.
What do you say?
First knock on!
Stabilize the camera.
They're not.
Why is it?
The first knock on!
That's better.
Chris! We didn't go anywhere. What are we doing here? It's different every week. That's insane. It's not on the road. I gave you an answer.
Vikes going to the scrum now. Oh, sorry. Capilano going to the scrum. Based on their setup here, seems like gonna go to 12.
Don't be kidding.
And it will. Good carry from 12. Finds 13 through the gap.
That's over the game line well there. And they attack
Vikes
back towards the path.
with a set defensive line. Oh, and the winger makes a bit of a half break. And he does find the corner. You know, bit of a strange call maybe with the scrum call there. You know, you can hear a bit of disagreement in the crowd, but ultimately it's just a small wound, and the Vikes are going to come back and probably score 5,000 tries.
Yeah. 72 tries at least.
I don't know.
Somewhere in the realm of 72 to 5,000.
In between those two numbers, quite a small gap, so I'm assuming it'd be close to one of them. So the first game of rugby I ever watched where 5,000 tries were scored was actually the first game of rugby that I played in. And 4,998 of them were me.
Capilano tries scored by Seamus O'Sullivan.
The conversion for Capilano, was it good?
Yeah.
It was good. That puts the score to 7-3.
JCC there.
The doctor, John Cooper Coates.
Capilano left to play phase or action. Play away from the sideline.
Again, just, you know, preparing for surgery. Oh, and a bit of a step there from the 10. Dancing feet a little bit.
Capilano's 10 there. He got up.
Might have learned that from Smitty Ice, but although it worked, yeah, it wasn't quite as good. Would have loved to have seen him play today. Unfortunately, it just wasn't happening. Capilano with a nice little break down the wing here. Great tackle from Agam. Wow. You know, for an Englishman with such good manners, I'm surprised that he's so rough in the contact area. And is that another coach? Obstruction. Obstruction against Capilano leaves the Vikes with the ball. Yeah, never going to complain about that.
JCC looking to put it deep in the opponent's half here. And he does. Another great kick. Bit of an interesting spot from the linesman.
Capilano still the lineup. Playing well, finding the overlap on the edge. Strong stiff arm from 12. Looks like he might have been dragged into touch, not quite.
Vikes are a little bit disjointed here, need to get connected in defense.
Sir, was that penalty for clearing the man out beyond the ball? Thank you, sir.
Playing off 10, Capilano hit the tip line.
Continuing to go forward ball.
Playing really quick off the base of the ruck there. Looking to find another edge. But knock the ball on, pass it forward, whatever you want to call it. You know, it's all the same. It just ends up with PK going for a big push in the scrum. Wow. You can even see Maynard's here.
He looks hungry.
Coming in and, yeah. Wow, he... You know, his thing recently has been Fuzzy Peaches, but he actually just switched to Swedish fish.
Love fish?
He left fish.
Yes.
And so, yeah, he's been
Big on the Swedish fish.
big on those recently. Ball is in from the 9, Keegan Neary.
Good job,
Finds
Keegan.
Garrett, passing it out to 13.
Run kick option.
Was that the dock? It was.
Gets under it a little bit.
The dock kicking the ball. The fullback hiding in the shadows. Catches it clean. Playing to the blind side, tricking me a little bit. That was my apologies. Vikes with a good stop there. I think that was Maynard's again. Who else was it? Can't tell. And a great stick from, I think that was the scrummager himself, Brendan Kim, mixed with Spaghetti. Outscored him. Little chip ahead. Something that we're, and a knock on, unfortunately. You know, wow, well collected. Just missed by the dock, well collected by the Capilano 13. You know, that little kick is something that we've reviewed and something that we talked about. And just the unlucky bounce of a rugby ball.
That's why those kids are so special.
Well, I guess, yeah, unlucky bounce for us. And that helps Capilano put it away in the corner.
Hey, brother. People winter daily go on that?
Bit of a scary kick for the fly half here. I saw him miss one of these in warm-ups. But that will be the case here as he puts it off the crossbar. That puts the score to 12-3 for Capilano. You know, maybe a little bit of mind games being played there. I think he might have been close enough to hear that.
Yeah. Well part of it.
Yeah, so, you know, even though I'm not on the field today, and I'd love to be, yeah, just doing my best to do what I can, support the boys. Good shot from the dock. Finds its way into the shadows again, where it's well taken. And a good exit. Looks like they're in the 40, the opposition 40. Jack Marshall, again, looking to swing a pill into the lineup here. Yeah, been great so far. The spaghetti goes high up in the air, but just not quite. Oh, the referee getting in the dock's way, but don't worry, with surgical precision, he's able to collect the ball.
Nice, they're going to get into some attacks right now.
BK with a good carry there, and the Vikes are able to keep possession of the ball. Keegan hitting Doc, does a little spin move, does a little dancey dance.
To the backs now.
Backs just playing it through the hands, finds Alex on the edge, who's going to makes one miss. Yeah, does a great job of, you know, delaying time for his team to get there to support him, and gets a high tackle call. Yeah, you know, the Doc, he's obviously in his wise old age. Gonna put it into the corner there, set Vikes up for success. Give the forwards a bit of a go. Hunter Hannaford in the chat saying go Ryder. Not sure who you're talking about.
Do you mean Ron?
I know Ron's.
Don't know Ryder.
Yeah, I'm not really sure who Ryder is. Vikes playing it out to the backs off the maul. Good carry from Dylan Cleaver and a good clean out from Lockhart. Keegan with a little pick, puts a chip through. Sits up really nicely.
Oh.
And it's put down by Capilano.
Goal line dropper here. That's not a bad outcome. Keegan saw some space in behind. Let's take advantage of that. We'll get another chance to attack here, likely inside the 40.
Taken well by Jets, yeah. Looking for a hole. Finds a bit of a half gap.
Vikes not having favorable numbers really on either side of this attack.
BK, a little steppy step, trademarked by him. The dog. Wow. That is incredible from the dog. Oh yeah. That's what you like to see from the dog.
Big running Kim with the carry there. Vikes have the advantage now. With some room.
Knock on from the Vikes there.
And Capilano's bench getting out for that one. But it will come back to a Vikes penalty in front of the post, and we will likely take the points.
Kick from Garrett.
And the penalty kick, are you think is good? It's a 12-6, Kevin.
You know, Garrett Sander, reliable left boot. just slotting it through. You know, somebody we're confident in when the tee gets pulled out. And yeah, I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more of him today when the Vikes score 5,000 tries. Deep kick from Capilano, but doesn't quite make it to the 22. Great carry from Jetta's, great fight to stay on his feet there, allow time for support to come, make sure ball is secured. Good carry from Murdoch Casey, same thing. And a kick coming from the dog, who puts it long. Not collected from the fullback very well at all. Played to the far side. It looks like they're going to look to take it back, and they do. The Doc finds his way underneath it. Little step, little step. Wow, great chop from Capilano there. Play a hammer.
Their shake. Again, being able to step up into the P1 spot.
Vikes playing well through the hands. Jetta's.
Nice move from Jackson Jones there.
Looking like the real Jay Jetta's a little bit with his footwork there. Missing some things, but
Keeps the ball alive.
otherwise pretty close. Ooh, great chop on the Rons.
Keep the quick ball.
But don't worry, the Rons is right back up. Oh, great Vosh from Dylan Cleaver there, sitting his man right down. Bit of a snap. You can hear the contact from here.
No one behind, Coop! No one behind!
Looks like both hurting a little bit. Ball still secured by the Vikes. Capilano looks like commentators curse
Too many there, eh?
I said it, and
A lot of phases there.
you know there was a turnover. So again,
Make them exit.
I'll take accountability for that. You know, being off the field, I want to do everything I
That's
can.
really good of you, actually.
And yeah, I just want to put my hand up and say that I'll take the blame for that one.
So what about launching?
That kick,
Playing beyond the ball.
that kick finds touch well. Just in between the 40 and the 22 here.
Yeah.
You can take him beyond
By
this
40.
tackle.
That tracks.
2-7-1.
Another good lineup from Capilano and a strong ball.
Free one!
Hey, that was a great.
I think it was already
Casey gets unlucky there.
It was a bit late.
It looked organized. It was awesome. I loved it.
Another little chip over. They really love that. Caught by the dog, who's going to call Mark. He's going to kick it low and long. Little grubber. The ref
Coming back for something else.
coming back for the advantage from the line out.
Caleb Hickey, you have to move your feet when
Seemed a
you're
little bit
tackling and when
hard
you're
though.
carrying a ball.
Seemed like they didn't
Buddy, look at the sides of you.
really
Physics is a
couldn't
thing.
manage it with me.
Object at rest
They
stays at
play the
rest.
width of the field and do a
Nobody
little
gets to
chip
get
like
hurt
that.
out here.
But I wouldn't have gone back to advantage personally if I was the ref. That could just be because I would have forgotten about it. Lachlan, our favorite person back in the chat.
Oh,
Sylvia. Another good lineup from Cap. Bring it back to the ball. Vikes with a strong, really strong. Yeah, strong push from the Vikes there.
they are shedding through.
Caps are able to.
Vikes have to get back around and rejoin here to keep this out.
Vikes going to be looking to set the defensive line. The 9 finds a little back. Casper is celebrating, but I'm not sure if he was in.
Ball is definitely grounded.
Good luck, Sammy.
They call it no try.
They called it a knock-on.
They called it a knock-on on Capilano.
Maybe a bit lucky for the Vikes there.
Yeah.
Hard to see from here what really happened.
Yeah, pick is organized. But a great little out for the Vikes there. They're going to be able to exit here and relieve a little bit of the pressure that is on them right now. You know, I'm I'm not a psychic by any means, but I'd have to guess that this ball is going to be kicked into exit or kicked into touch by the right foot of the Doc. Scrum penalty there for Capilano. Wow.
Big time to do that. And they'll likely take another scrum and get a good platform to attack with their own feet.
But you know, we keep saying it weekend in and weekend out. We love this one.
We do.
You got guys, you got Maynards, you got VK. Both two guys who have dedicated their lives to this specific part of the sport, this aspect of the sport. And then you got Jamar, who, you know, he's Iron Man. You know, we call him Iron Man. He's played 80 minutes the last 5 weeks.
All in the front row.
All in the front row.
Not many people can do that.
Multi-positional player.
And you know, you may be good at scrumming, you may be bigger, but I promise you're not as excited to scrum as Brendan can.
Let's go back to Iron Man.
The ball comes out quick, Capilano doesn't quite get the separation.
Capilano just letting the fans go.
It is a slow start with Vikes once again, but nothing at the reach, just Capilano doing well, using those chips to move up the field.
If you think about it, it's also nothing we haven't fought back from before, right?
100%.
Yeah, I mean, like I said a couple of weeks ago, we let them score 2 so that we can score 3.
Maybe they feel a little comfortable, a little content.
They get comfortable, they get slow, content, you know, a little lackadaisical.
Our guys like BK, they stay hungry, they stay excited.
Ready to scrum, ready to carry, ready to tackle.
Ferrari's ready to get up.
Yeah.
That fifth, sixth,
That's another thing. We have not seen too much of the Ferraris today, have we?
No, we have not.
Yeah, definitely looking to let him out of the garage. Have a little go down a windy road.
Even a straight road would be good.
I mean, straight road would be preferable for reaching, you know, top speed, putting up the best time you can. But, you know, not all tracks are straight. And, you know, with the unpredictability of a rugby game.
Unlikely you get a straight off sprint.
Yeah, I'd say it's a little bit safer bet for him to have to swerve and bend that corner. Whoa.
Goaty ball.
Somebody in the chat saying how to say cats for life from Perth, Scotland. Wow.
Well,
that took 2 of us to read that. That is impressive.
You know, we do put the stream up for everyone, but it is a Vikes stream. So
I was going to say, maybe in the wrong place.
Maybe we can get some Let's Go Vikes in the chat to counteract that.
Anyways, Vikes kick it off. They put it deep.
Relax it up for the 9, but keep it in play. Straight to the hand of the Doc.
Wow. Again, surgical with the footwork.
Counter-attack.
He's going to find Alex on the wing. One-handed
for Alex.
And you get tried by number 11.
Alex Gamaji, the first team Canadian.
Dropping the shoulder, hitting a little dance, following that tune straight into the end zone. A little celebration for the Vikes there.
Follow that tune.
Puts the score to 19-11. Like I said, you know, Capilano just getting a little lackadaisical. You know, they got content with where they were at with the score, and you can see it with the Doc with surgical precision.
So good on the counter-attack.
Slicing,
so experienced.
you know. Yeah, with, you know, when the Doc makes an incision in the defensive line like that, you know, there's nothing you can really do to stop him. Quite impressive. Capilano with the kickoff. He's going to find Jettis again, who's going to dance a little bit. Wow. Another huge contact, but Jettis doesn't mind. You know, he's going to win it. Win the contact, make game line, step a guy in the meantime. Doc is going to kick. Finds the Doc. He's going to kick it again. Perfect kick just outside of the opposition 22.
Stay connected on the kick chase.
Ball's moved, and a great chop from, who is that? Jets and Rons.
Here, they'll have to work towards an edge.
Jets and Rons, you know, making a huge double Rons and stopping the attack there. Oh. Sorry, got eager to zoom in on the Ferrari there and lost the frame a little bit. Bit of a step back inside. Maybe not where you would ideally look to go. Back to the blind.
Making plenty of meters.
You know, I think, you know, when they talk about home field advantage, I don't think it's the fans. I don't think it's anything like that. I think they're using the shadows from the trees to their advantage.
I think so.
You know, they have more reps on this field. They know how the shadows, how the ball flies in the shadows. You know, it's like golf, you know. Different weather, different shadows. You know, the ball flies a little bit differently. They know that, and they're just trying to use that to their advantage here.
Obviously, Euling has some experience with shadows, practicing at V-Locks. Former Vikes will know that one, but, you know, as they say, no two shadows are alike. So.
Vikes off the line quick. Good chop there from Jettis.
Giving up a couple meters for overall staying strong in defense here.
That was a wow, yeah. Jay Jettis been all over the place today, just doing his thing. Caps find the wing, make a bit of a break. Who is that?
Chase down from the Ferrari.
The Ferrari, who I can guarantee is faster than you.
And
makes a big chase down.
Capilano spills the ball. Cooper Coates.
Who's going the other way? Where is he? I lost him. Well, I found him again. Don't worry.
Looking to play wide here. We have so much space. Got to get the ball out. Got to get it wide here.
Yeah, you know, huge overlap.
The voice of it here.
Capilano now.
Keegan does well to get that.
Oh, a little overball from Jamar would have been incredible there. Finds it to back on Agam on the wing.
Vikes now let's go back the other way.
You know,
Get into their more traditional attack.
maybe Jarvis disconnected there. He couldn't quite command the overball.
Save some battery for next.
Agam working around finds, who is that? None other than Jay Jettis. Wow, he really is
Very
everywhere.
involved today. And here's the Ferrari.
Oh, hits second gear and gets brought down. Wasn't a car crash though. It's okay, he can still go again. PK breaking the line. It's okay. Good chop tackle from Capilano.
Again, there he is.
Jay Jettis playing a wide pass to Alex
in
Damage.
the corner, and he does.
And that's for two. Wow. Alex Damage in the corner.
Follow that tune.
Again, just following the tune right into the corner.
All the way to the comeback.
You know, that corner is the closest corner to the cafe that he went to before the game, and you know, he really likes that cafe because they cooked, they brewed his coffee underneath 97 degrees Fahrenheit, which keeps the bean from burning. Fun fact.
Can't have any burnt bean. We had a great breakfast at the Dutch this morning, aside from the burnt bean.
Yeah, shout out to the Dutch. Yeah, it did burn the bean in my coffee a little bit. You know, you let it sit on the taste buds and you can get a little burny taste, a little burny sensation. You know, it's not like a smoked meat type of thing though. Nothing like that at all, even because there's no smoking of the meat when you're making coffee. But
not many people know, but
yeah,
you know that's what we're here for.
Anyways, that's another 5 points for Vikes, so that's great. Gareth
looking to take the lead here with this kick.
And the conversion gives Euling the lead.
Garrett Sanders leads perfect offense here and gives the Vikes
Puts
a
the
1
Vikes
point lead.
puts the Vikes up to 20. They have a different score than us. Are we wrong or are they wrong?
I think we're wrong.
When did we get the other points?
We had 6 points from penalties and 2 converted tries, so it should be fun.
Wow, thinking is quite challenging.
Oh, not 10.
Oh.
The Vikes Vikes will get a center scrum here.
That's
Great
wonderful.
opportunity to attack and hopefully get some more points before the half.
You know,
Extend this lead.
Alex.
Oh, and there's Ron's on the field.
Wow, double Rons. Rons.
Only no. Oh yeah.
No.
Double Ron's.
Where is he? Where's the other Rons?
Ron's is making his way to the scrum right now.
Oh.
On the cap.
There's the Rons. And oh, what do you know? There's the Rons.
Come off.
I can't tell. I'm looking at double right now.
Casey's come off.
Oh no. Probably with a shoulder injury there. You know.
Yeah. Hopefully nothing.
Had a bit of a lingering.
Restriction.
Yeah. Well, could be.
Knowing him, it's probably not.
You know, yeah, bit of a lingering shoulder issue there. So maybe he's looking to just get it checked out. You know.
Hope we see him back out on the
Yeah.
field sooner than later.
Could be a blood sub. Capilano with a big push. And they win the scrum penalty. Yeah, you know, the Rons he tried, got in there, but you know, sometimes you need an excavator, not just a hand tool, and he wasn't able to get the ball, wasn't able to dig the ball out. That kick is a great kick, finds touch. What's circlewood? Soporific means?
Well, you said take it as a compliment.
You know, if I was smart enough to know what soporific meant, I would, but I'm just not I guess I'm not a smart guy. Now that I'm thinking about it, what is university really teaching me if I don't know what soporific means? Yeah.
Well,
Playing
it
back to
doesn't
the
sound
blind
like the compliment it was intended as. But
What does soporific mean?
I'm sure it was meant to good nature. Soporific describes anything that causes or tends to cause sleep, drowsiness, or lethargy.
Oh, it must be the tone of our voices.
Must be.
Couldn't see it being anything else.
But you know, if it's a compliment,
Sure, I'll take it as one.
why Fix was not broken.
Well, we can talk a whole lot more enthusiastically if that's what you'd like. Maybe keep you awake.
Yep.
Oh, wow. And the Capilano, they're playing fast back to the blind side. Wow. Making a little half break up the sideline there. Yep. Oh, play the ball off the deck, as a 9 does. Great stick by you, Vic. Capilano playing fast off the deck again, finds 10. Pops an inside ball. Oh, and he knocks it on. Not good enough. Wow.
And it's a penalty. Penalty to the Vikes, so it does not take us to half.
Penalty to the Vikes. Cooper Coates going to find the corner. Cooper Coates, the doctor, the surgeon.
Will just take us into halftime.
Puts it in halftime.
And it's halftime. Halftime score 19. 20 for you there.
Just to
Bar
reiterate.
is open.
Just to reiterate what the bartender said there, score is 20-19 for the University of Victoria Vikings, meeting there in the lead. And, yeah.
They got a lot of young stuff. How are you?
Little update in the chat. We're meant to take soporific as our commentary being relaxing, so maybe I'll switch back to my soothing voice like it usually always is. You would say soothing, yeah, Lachlan?
I'd say soothing. I'd say a couple things, but soothing could maybe, possibly, potentially be one of them.
I have no idea what you're trying to get at with that, but thank you.
Meant as a compliment.
You know, a good half on the Vikes there. You know, just as we predicted, we let them score a couple so that we could score more. And, you know, digging ourselves out of that hole that we were in a little bit there at the start, putting the Vikes back in the lead. Going to be looking to come out at halftime and just keep up what we're doing. You know, Capilano's playing past. They're keeping their rucks quite quick, definitely under 3 seconds for the most part.
Yeah, Vikes doing a good job of getting up some meters, but not giving many easy outs, not getting up too many penalties on the defensive side of the ball.
Maybe going to want to look to slow the ball down a little bit more, maybe make the rucks a little bit messier. But the ref is pretty on top of the breakdowns right now, so also want to be a little disciplined and not get any infractions. Yeah. You know, I'm impressed with the physicality of the game right now, too. You know, a lot of good double shots from both sides.
Some loud contact.
Yeah, some really loud contacts. Heard a couple snaps and crackles and some pops up here in the stands. Speaking of Rice Krispies, Brendan Christian switching from Swedish Fish to Rice Krispies, it seems like. Not sure what that's about, really.
You know, you gotta keep them guessing. Switching up.
Mackenzie Mills is really not happy with my ability to zoom the camera in and out.
Well, there is a camera switch at half, so
You'll have
I'll look to do a better job.
a new cameraman will do a much better job. You know,
Not be too hard.
I'm still just an apprentice. Just started my apprenticeship on the camera last week.
Both level 10 commentators, but
Yeah.
only level 5.
Well, yeah. Just working to get my videography red seal. It's actually what I'm in school for, physical and health education, which I'm pretty sure translates to teaching you how to work the camera well.
You're doing the math right there.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, math is my specialty.
Math is a part of neither of our programs, again, so I could be wrong, but from what I know from high school,
So far, the chat, I've seen more cheers than I have seen Vikes cheers.
unfortunate,
Yeah, a little concerning.
and if we're being honest, a little disappointing. But
Yeah, well,
Rome wasn't built in a day, so
yeah. Well, you know,
you guys are patient with us, we're patient with you.
the flow of the aqueduct depends on how much it's rained, right?
Well said.
Speaking of aqueducts, you know, some gorgeous sights from our Portugal tour a couple weeks ago now. But yeah, aqueducts all over the place. You know, you look at them and you're just amazed. And you think thoughts. You think thoughts.
You do.
And yeah, it's quite thought-provoking. And anything you have to say about that, Lon?
Far from soporific.
Very, wow. Way to take something that you learned and really show your
apply it,
understanding.
apply it.
Really show your understanding through application.
Yeah.
You know, it's similar to the TGFU teaching model for Zed. Something I've had to learn quite a bit about. You know, teaching games for understanding, really making sure that the students understand the tactics and skills that you're teaching them, not just from a psychomotor view, but from an actual cognitive perspective.
Not just understand them, be able to apply them.
Well, that goes hand in hand. If you understand something, generally you can apply it. So
You have applied soporific.
I don't need to. Don't need to. Anyways, there'll be a camera switch now. Looking to start the second half. Caps kicking off. You know, switch the field, but there is shadows on both ends of the field. So, wow. You know, maybe the Vikes are looking to get the ball out to Alex Gamage, the multi-try scorer for today.
Need some work in the shadows.
Yeah. You know, a bit like an Armbrew Blackops.
Cleanly taken there, not quite the exit we wanted though, and Caps will have a good opportunity to attack from the line out.
Yeah. I'd be excited for a hat trick from Alex Gamage.
Me too.
You know, English background, very proper manners. One of the best people with a fork and knife I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah. Gym skin level.
Yeah, gym skin level, I'd say. Maybe that's where he gets it from.
It could be.
Between the shoulder dropping, between getting into the groove.
Yeah.
You know,
Following that tune.
Very specific about his coffee temperature, cooking. And,
Loves a full English for breakfast.
Yeah, wow. And able to pick up anything with the back of his fork. Never once in his life has he flipped his fork over to the right side.
Vikes defending very well here, pushing the Caps back. Have lost meters since their attacking lineout.
BK involved in that last contact. Looked like on the ground he was giving some advice on flower picking.
Just a passionate guy.
Yeah, on a beautiful day like this, I can see how you might be getting distracted by things like that.
And we might even, it's happened before, we might have to take a later ferry, just let BK stay and do some flower picking at a beautiful pitch like this.
He loves to bring home a bouquet to the girlfriend. Yeah. Good tackle.
Good tackle.
Dylan Cleaver there holds on to his man and brings him down.
Really pushing the face count here is Capilano, doing well to retain the ball, but the Vikes very stuck in on defense, not giving up much.
If this doesn't make gain line here, I bet you they look to put a little chip in behind here at some time.
I think so.
Soon.
I think so.
With Gareth pinched up on the far side, maybe a grubber right now, but seems they can't find.
Keep it in hand, and they do retain it still.
Oh,
great tackle.
Huge shot from who's wow. The man on his return, Keegan Neary.
Unfortunately, we get brought back to an advantage, so it will be Capilano likely going to the corner.
Keegan using his massive biceps, the ones that he just rehabbed.
Huge.
To put a good stick in there. Freeze the play up. Capilano find the corner. They'll likely look to drive here. Wow. I'm really bathing in this sun here right now.
Yeah.
I actually probably should have brought some sunscreen.
Probably.
Haven't seen the sun for a while. Been pretty gray in Victoria.
There's a song about that. Not about anything to do with Victoria, but it mentions the sun a couple times.
There you go. Unfortunately, Capilano punched it with a maul try and retakes the lead. Looking to extend the lead to 6 with the conversion attempt.
Try was scored by number 2, Jacob Bosse.
Capilano's been very good in the mall today. They had that good shot earlier, but they've got a really strong forward pack, really big forward pack, and they've been driving the ball in well. Something the Vikes need.
And the conversion is good by Wade.
Just going to be looking to be more disciplined and prevent those opportunities, prevent Capilano from getting to the corner there. But conversion is good as well. Score is 26-20.
Most of you probably heard about the big fire in West Vancouver that left 6 Capilanos homeless. Good news is all 6 are playing today. The club would like to thank everybody that donated money,
Kicking it deep.
clothing, shoes,
Shots by Capilano. That's a great outcome.
Yeah, so I'm super happy about that one. When you kick, you're not supposed to be dorsal touch, and looked like he was pointing his toe as high to the sky as he could there. Puts the ball out not very far.
Generous spot.
Jamar.
And that puts us back to almost for 30.
Jamar looking to just chuck a seed in here. Oh yeah,
Hill.
there it is. Agord.
Clean ball from the line out for the
Spaghetti.
Vikes.
Able to clear it. Oh, here goes Ron. Ron's breaking the line.
Connects with the support play.
He's able to support. Quick ball from the Vikes. Oh, I I'm not sure who that was touched by. Maybe Jackson Jones. And all over the place today. Looking to be a Ron's. Maybe trying to join the Knights of the Ron's table. Not too sure.
And who wouldn't want to?
With the important decisions and influence that we have, yeah. I agree.
Good group to be a part of.
Another carry by Jackson Jones there. Looks like his knees on the ground, but they're not releasing.
Rons will have a carry here. Prime Rons.
Oh, that was Prime Rons that time.
That was.
Wow, Ronan Smith.
The local legend.
Here's the real. Nope. Who is that? Can't tell who carried that one in. Somebody. Looked like Agord on that one. Spaghetti bringing that ball a couple meters past the game line. Vikes inching closer to the line here. Playing it through the hands now. Dr. Cooper Coach, step one. Able to get up and keep going though.
Hopefully retain the ball here.
Support's able to arrive, and yes,
And we
the Vikes
can.
do retain the ball. Good carry from Jetta as well. Not sure what that late call is for.
But Capilano gets out of some trouble.
Wow.
Looks like it was for clearing out past the rock.
That's a penalty?
If you take them like out of their feet and out of the play, some refs call it. Usually no, yeah, usually no, but they've called it on Capilano a couple times this game as well, so.
Capilano with the line out now.
They will drive again, liking their maul today.
I mean, it's been successful.
Yeah.
Why not?
Gives them,
If it's working, why not keep doing it? You know,
gives them a stable platform to attack from.
no need to reinvent the wheel.
Another little chip.
Over. Big change from the 13, but the ball bounces straight towards the dock. He throws out a little
Done
spin.
well.
Oh, super cheeky from the
Slicing
dock.
through the line.
Wow. Wow.
There goes the dog.
Look
Looking
at
to
a little
connect
pong
now.
pass. Oh,
Michael
on the field,
Outred.
Michael Outred.
Instant impact.
Ryan Vending's very own.
Great offload there. Hopefully can stay in bounds.
The Ferrari. Able to stay in bounds. Well done from him. Had to drop it into reverse there. We haven't seen that from him, but he was able to keep it in bounds.
Transmission is safe.
Yeah. You know, he's actually gotten quite good at shifting gears. Most of the time it just seems like he's floating. It's actually quite impressive. The Vikes letting the forwards go to work. Oh, I lied. Playing it out to the backs. Finds a tip ball to Jackson Jones.
Jackson Jones hopefully gets in for one. Nearly.
Vikes right back to where they were. Super close to the goal line. A good carry from Prime Rons.
Oh,
And hands in the
unfortunate.
rock.
I guess Caps maybe getting a bit lucky there.
Yeah.
Thought there was a hand in the rock, maybe illegally disrupting that, but
Bit of dark art.
they do call the knock on. If you can get away with it, it's a good play.
And yeah, that's a knock on against the Vikes, I guess. You know, that's 2 scoring opportunities now that we've left on the table.
Close game.
But you know, third time's the charm, right? So
Yeah.
we're gonna be looking to get back down here and.
Caps will have to exit under some pressure from pretty deep in their zone, so we will get an attacking line out, or should get an attacking line out, hopefully pretty far into their territory.
Alex, I mean, when you have a player like Alex Gordon, who's affiliated with Volleyball Canada, actually training for the, what year is it, 2026?
I think so.
Summer Olympics for volleyball. You know,
Beach volleyball specialist, actually.
oh, that's what it is. Beach volleyball. Thank you for the correction. You know, I feel like Orlando's pretty safe.
I think so. And looks like they may
Great
go.
stable platform.
Yeah, they go
Capilano
straight
there.
off the pitch. And the Vikes will have an attacking line out
Kick did not go
from
very far. Looks like
the 10-15 area.
it looked like the same place as the scrum.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Good outcome for the Vikes.
Yeah.
We'll have another crack at it.
Iron Man gonna chuck another little ball up in the air there. You know,
Likely looking to maul with the personnel here.
Spaghetti here. Probably gonna go up, I'd assume. Oh, I lied. It's Jeffrey Jones hitting a peel. Good hand from. Oh, it's Robert Reed out on the field now.
Bobby, and we've talked about Josh McIndoe's muscle suit before. I believe we gave brief mention of Bobby's, but yeah, he has a very high quality, state-of-the-art muscle suit where you really can't even tell, and it's waterproof. So he's.
That's the thing actually about today. I know you didn't see it. You were out helping with warm-ups, but I saw the waterproof muscle suit. Oh, great little chip over from Cooper Coach.
Oh, wow.
Who was that?
Was that Ron's?
Lockhart collects it.
Lockhart,
Wow.
the true Adam.
Wow. Wow.
True Adam, Mauger.
Never once in his life been an LTM. Not even close.
No, not even close.
Unbelievable take from him. That's another 5 points for the Vikes.
Spike in the quarters, all levels of Capilano and their fans here. You can feel it.
Anyways, what was I saying?
No idea.
It was something important.
I think it was.
No, I can't remember.
Michael Elshred will get the tee.
Oh, about Bobby's muscle suit. Yeah, this is an important topic.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, while you were helping with warm, I saw it in the locker room. Because of the weather today and the quality and the dryness of the pitch, he actually left the waterproof one.
Wow. Okay.
In the backpack.
Okay.
Put on the dry weather.
And the dry weather, for those who don't know, is actually a bit bigger, so that's why he's looking
pretty huge
today.
But yeah, another fun fact about the dry weather muscle suit: you don't need as much baby powder to put it on. So just on a college budget, help save a little bit of money. Just something you like to see. The score now 25-26 in favor of Capilano.
Vikes cut the lead to 1.
Ball doesn't quite make its way over the post there, but with the amount of time we've spent in their end, if we keep that up, I'm sure the tries will keep coming.
And there is a silver lining to not scoring on the first attempt. Capilano had to be working down there for quite a while. Their pack is likely a bit tired out from that goal line stand.
Jackson Jones, another strong carry from him. Wow.
Having a great game.
Yeah, he is.
Vikes go to the boot here.
I'm no genius. Oh
yeah.
He's not able to catch it, which, that's no good.
Unfortunately, it looks like Jeddas is down behind the play there, grabbing his hand. Hopefully he's all good.
He's a dog. Absolute nail gun. He'll get up. You ever seen a nail gun without the guard? Without the safety mechanism on the front? That's Jeddas. He just fires at will. Him and his partner in crime, Francois.
Francois.
Battling to, stay in the game here. Definitely in a bit of pain, but
shades of Alejandro in there as well. When Jeddas really has to dig in, get going, that's Alejandro come out.
Yeah, with Francois and Alejandro, that's 3 of them. That makes a triangle, and triangle's the strongest shape.
And that gives us 18 players on the field, so 17, apologies, I don't do math. Vikes looking to get the ball out, and they do. Good ball from Keegan Neary, despite being under pressure. Cooper breaks the tackle.
Mikey.
Swallowed up,
but he stays on his feet.
Well done.
Vikes retain the ball. A good carry from the man in the muscle suit. Vikes going to be looking to
keep attacking this wide side.
Great line and run from Brian Rons, but it looks like nope.
Ball is slowed down but not lost. Oh, it will be. Again, on the clear out thing. Things getting a little chippy.
I'm not too sure about that call. The ref said no, your hands aren't on it, and then when he doesn't get out of the ruck, she gives them the penalty.
Confused.
Yeah.
Thorn.
Okay. Can you toss me a bottle? A good kick for touch from Capilano.
Thank you, honey. Capilano likely to drive. With how this game's been going.
You know, if I was them, I'd go to the Peel if they have one in their
Yeah,
toolbox.
definitely a good time for it.
Yeah, you know,
We'll see if they have something like that installed.
they've been driving well all game. It looks like that's what they're going to do.
And they will play off the top.
Play to 9. Going to be another inside ball. They're loving that today.
Yeah, it gets them well over the gain line, and they keep the ball quick, so
A good stick from
good tackle. Slows down the
Alexander
ball as
Gamage.
well.
Alexander Gamage.
Alex Gamaji also having a great game.
Wow.
Showing that first team.
You know, there was
class.
a little bit of scrambled egg left on the plate, and he was able to pick it up there, so that's good.
Good shot from Brian Rollins.
This jersey matchup is kind of reminding me. It's like it is a step there, good offload, but the Doc is able to bring him down.
Good cover tackle there.
You know, this jersey matchup, I guess, kind of reminds me of, it's like scrambled eggs versus like a blue raspberry candy cane. And
Yeah, and you know it's a big rivalry.
yeah.
So.
You know, those two competing food groups, right? You got protein and fats in the eggs versus sugar and carbs, right? In the candy canes. So, you know,
Capilano's 10 gets over for a score. Extends the lead out to 6 before the point after.
but yeah, you know, each food group going to be looking to improve their work. You know, you're technically supposed to get more carbs than you are fats and proteins percentage-wise. So,
Looking like a true blue raspberry candy cane.
when you think about it like that, I trust that the Vikes are going to come out on top and prove their macronutrient percentage.
Caloric dominance.
You could call it that. Yeah. You know, one thing about the Vikes and these blue raspberry candy cane jerseys is that they're really good for restoring glycogen stores. You know, the fast-acting carbs in the sugar.
A great snack to have on the sideline even.
Yeah, quite delicious, I'd say.
Might have to talk to the coaches about getting that on the sideline. I
You
wouldn't
know,
mind it.
something else, they last quite a while. You know, you can enjoy a candy cane for a long time. Kick is no good.
And
That's
first
big.
miss.
Keeps it within a one-score game.
Our meeting is Capilano 31, Uvic 25.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. And if you see this, Sullivan Curran entering the pitch here now. He's going to be looking to make a huge impact. You know, had a long day at work yesterday. A lot of buckets carried. You know, the dirt was dry, but there was a little bit of mud, and you know, he was the one who took that for the team. He carried the buckets, and so you know, maybe a little bit sleepy, but he's had a shower and he's woken up, and
Then maybe gone back to sleep, then woken up.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, well taken. Great take by Michael Outford. Hopefully he's okay. Some high contact there. And he looks fine.
yeah, Sully right there with him. You know, when you take a nap after work, you get up, you have a shower, clean off, and then go back to bed for the night. You know, you're bound to wake up well energized the next day. And
Yeah, great take from Michael Outford down the sideline.
great kick from the
Oh, kept in by Capilano.
you know,
They did well to keep that one in.
on the sideline. And
we will
looks
have a line
it's
out
gonna
around
be a
the
line out
40.
here. You know, funny thing about that, we still made over 10 meters off that kick.
Yeah.
So, if you're looking at it from a results perspective,
Not the best, not the worst.
still a positive. Vikes getting excited at the line
Sully
here.
Curran tossing in now.
Sully with a seed. Wow.
Yeah, great ball.
Just, you know, really leaving his imprint on the game, planting a seed. Yeah, well done to him.
Keegan
Playing
Neary
back to
taking
the
it back to the blind side,
Finds the-
looking to attack the
oh,
space, which there's
The
plenty
Ferrari
of.
steps back in.
Just throwing it up. Rough call there. Very rough.
Capilano threatening to play quick, but we all know the big man's not going to tackle it.
He did run away from the mark there as well, for what it's worth. But
Come on, Caleb. Come on, Caleb. 3 feet, not 6 feet.
You know, the mark is where the infraction occurred, so when you move the ball 5 meters into the field, that actually doesn't count as the mark.
yeah,
The ref not
Funny
picking
that.
up on that.
Capilano player down, so slight pause in the action here.
Time is off now. Injury from the 8-man on Capilano. Looks to be alright. But we'll see what the ATs have to say. Anyways, in the meantime, here is a little highlight of our 2-try scorer and the truth chat on the pitch.
Drew Adam really just achieved that next tier of models this past year.
Yeah, unbelievable. Really, he really ascended. He really did.
He did. And, even if his starting place wasn't the worst, but he still was.
Yeah, his mandibles have really filled in nicely from all the bone smashing, and
Really, that mid face is just.
yeah, really fixed his mid-face ratio. And
That's what you look for.
Wow. Actually mobbed Marlin the other day. Oh my god. Pulled up to a Twitch event as a kick screamer, and
Lacey was at the door and just got mobbed to oblivion.
yeah, well that goes without saying.
But when face to face, cheekbone to cheekbone with Marlin, and
there was just no competing for Marlin, really. No. Capilano play off the top to the 9 to the 10, and then a strong carry to the forward pot there. Another carry. Mike's not able to get over the ball. Back another inside ball. Sully with a good top there.
I would like to see someone try and get over the ball there, slow it up a bit, maybe even contest it. But
Alex Gamage makes a bit of a shock there, slows the man down, and then he's brought down by the next guy. A dummy from the 10, steps back inside and finds the gap. I think had a little bit of a slippy poo there.
oopsie.
Unfortunately not able to convert on that line break.
Good line
Himself.
changing. 9 has a bit of a snipe.
Plays the offload. Somehow gets to the hands there successfully. And it looks like Capilano is back over the line.
Good score from Capilano there.
Capilano 5, scoring number 12, Austin James.
Now, this isn't anything we haven't seen before. You look back to the first half, we let Capilano take a lead, and the reason we do that is so that we can come back and win.
And get more points than they have.
Yeah, so that's how you do it. So that's how you win. So we're actually, at this point now, going to be looking to score more tries than they've scored and win the game. And I think that's the game plan. I'm still impressed by the use of the word soporific.
Me too.
I keep lingering on it, and I'm still just confused whether to take it as a compliment or,
And conversion wide.
conversion misses.
We'll remain an 11-point game here.
Vikes within 2 scores here. Like I said, let them score 2 so we can score 3. And, if we score 2, we're in the lead. If we score 3, same applies.
Oh, wow.
Sylvia from Newfoundland.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, a little kick to the left. Cheeky from the 12. Managed to break the first tackle, but he's stopped by the dock. Able to get an offload, however, and then brought down by, who's number 22 there? Michael Outred.
Yeah.
Bought a $7 monster from the Ryan vending machine before the game, and he is fired up. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Capilano Good string.
Good tackle from Alex Gamaji.
Good string of passes there. The ball finds its way through the hands to the edge and makes a couple meters.
Good shot from Sully Curran.
Sully Curran just really
Getting
looking to make an
involved.
impact. He's putting his shoulders in wherever he can right now.
Another good tackle from the
Lockhart
Vikes.
over the ball, but we do get the penalty.
Yes!
Well done, Lockhart. And that's what the Vikes needed right there. That is a huge out. Could be able to walk down the field a little bit and play the
Get back a
opposition
big chunk
end.
of territory here.
You know, good angle at the sideline for the Doc
Yeah.
here. You know, with surgical precision, it doesn't even matter if they have players on the sideline. And the Doc makes the incision, and the surgery was successful.
No buzzer on the operation there. Owen Barlow into the game. Looks
he
like
going
he will be
to?
taking out Keegan Neary.
Keegan going to the wing. Who's coming off?
Oh no,
no,
Keegan,
yeah,
Keegan
he's
off.
off,
Keegan off. Great return from Keegan. Wonderful shift. He should be happy with himself. Owen Barlow looking to come on, provide a spark for the offense now.
The Ferrari. You know, a bit of a more quiet game from him. Haven't heard the engine revving too much. Well done from Igor to put the ball backwards, back to the Vikes.
And we retain it,
Ball
looking to
gets
play
out to
wide.
BK. Dylan, wide pass to Lockhart, who's going to play the 2v2, moves it to Agam on the wing, and the Vikes have made some great meters there.
Yeah.
Agam with a great step back inside,
Finds the support.
keeps the ball alive. Wow, that's just first class rugby.
A mess at the ruck. Looks like Capilano was turning it over.
Yeah, no good.
Vikes maybe needing to get the breakdown a bit quicker than that.
Great pull pass, but
Big pass.
we do have an advantage in numbers here. The Ferrari. Oh, Dylan Cleaver, the captain.
Great tackle.
Great tackle from him. Maybe he could have hit the ruck there and either slowed the ball down or gotten the ball back or just caused some chaos.
A
But
spot you'd kick from for a lot of teams, but Capilano's been playing quite a bit from this midfield area, so likely going to string some
good
phases
offload.
together here.
The Ferrari making a tackle there.
Vikes.
Bit of a dent in the mirror, but the aerodynamics are still
And they win the penalty. There we
well
go.
done.
Marching up the field now, getting some more distance from this one.
The Doc making sure this time.
Great kick.
One of his favorite
Weak
things
spot from
when he told him to make sure to touch it. Sully again. Just looking to put a dot right into
Absolute
the
seed.
hands of Alex Gordon here. You know,
Four-man.
a bit of a who and a juke here and there, and Hayward's gonna
Good
tap the
ball from
back
Sully.
perfectly.
Owen Barlow forced to
Finds the
make
dot.
one
He
miss.
finds a gap. Oh,
Great line there from Cooper. And you know, Cooper very quick to react to that. Finds a little bit of space where there wasn't much. The rest of the team's just got to be able to react as quick as him and go and support there. Puts it safely into touch.
good kick, moves him up the field 20-ish meters. Yeah. Vikes going to be obviously looking to steal this lineup. Oh, and another sub.
Milo McDonald comes in for Iron Man. He gets a
getting
rest
his
this week.
first break in 5 weeks. Something you don't see every day. Something we haven't seen in months. But Iron Man getting a bit of a breather.
Well deserved.
Very well deserved. Earned, not given.
And the Vikes steal the line
BK
out.
with a huge bump off.
Great carry from BK.
Vikes going to be looking to clear out. Great clean out from who is
Space
that?
back here on the blind side.
Sully Curran with a great clear out. And, you know, you can't do that. You know,
If there's
Capilano
one thing
gets
I
an
know,
infraction.
if there's one thing I know, it's that you cannot do that.
You know, when you get a penalty, the ball goes to the other team. So that's why you don't want to take them. And that's
Yeah.
exactly what Capilano just did.
Dig in, yellow! Dig in!
Dr. John Cooper Coates. Put the ball in the corner.
I can hold that.
Great! Tell him to take it up for stuff. Yes, this thing.
Vikes really going to be looking to convert this one. Huge opportunity in the opposition end. Ball. Yes. off the deck, but Sully's there to seal the ruck. Don't worry.
Messy, but we retain it.
No need to fret. Plays out to the wing, or out to Dylan Cleaver. Ball's going to go to the edge again. Oh, I lied. Back down the middle. Couldn't quite see who that was. And it's taken over the line by Ronzi.
There we go.
2 games in a row.
Prime Rons gets over.
Prime Rons.
And that's big. Takes it to a 6-point game before the conversion attempt.
Under the Rons. Clipper Post looking for a little drop for conversion here.
And he does so.
Conversion is good.
We'll cut the lead to 4 with 10 minutes, 11 minutes remaining in the game.
Score is 36-32 now. Looks like the true Adam. Is that Ronzi or is that the true
I think
Adam?
that's the true Adam.
The true Adam. Lockhart McGregor getting a little path prep there, getting that sorted out. No need to fret, you know. An electric player like him doesn't let that kind of thing get to him whatsoever.
He'll be good.
Oh, he'll be great. Capilano boys huffing and puffing a little bit. Maybe need to run some hill sprints at the Diamond Gym.
Shout out Unk.
Yeah, you know, maybe 150 burpees from Unk. I heard that last time they went, somebody brought water, and that is a big no-no at the Diamond Gym.
That's not allowed. Oh, messy there in the Vikes. They lose the ball.
And offside, all against the Vikes. Knocked it on and picked up from the player who was in front of him.
Very unfortunate. Now Vikes will get a chance, or Capilano will get a chance to test their maul out again, probably inside the Vikes 10.
Soporific. I keep coming back to it. It's just, it kind of gets me excited that I learned, you know, I learned a new word.
Yeah.
It's really just, I can't even finish my sentence now.
We don't know many words. So.
Yeah.
It's hard to piece together sentences when you don't know words like soporific. So
Yeah.
we're trying our best here, but we can't always do it.
English dialect is challenging. Does that even make sense?
Yeah, we're both EFL, so there's obviously struggles with that at sometimes.
You know, it's hard to speak when the only language you know is English, and you don't even know the language.
Capilano gets over. Extends the lead right back out.
That's a quick response from Capilano.
9 points, pending the conversion.
You know, I must say,
Capilano tries to over number 1, Taylor Hickey.
Yeah. Well said.
yeah, that is a big response from Capilano there. You know, really getting their insurance back.
Unfortunate that we got the penalty after the off. Definitely not what you
know, as a Vikes fan myself, even though I have no bias, as a Vikes fan myself, I really hope this conversion is missed. And that's with no bias.
And Wayne Jansen makes it
can't get
conversion.
everything you want.
There's a song about that, too.
Sung with a lot of things.
Dude, that's crazy how that works.
It is.
When people think of things and they write it down and then they sing about it, then it's a song.
Interesting scrum cap look for number 20 here.
You know, matching the scrum cap to the cleats, sweet. You know, not something I'd go for personally, but, you know, to each their own. Another deep kick from the dock. I keep going back to that surgical precision thing, and holy crap, that is a bad kick.
And I think we found where we should keep kicking. That's 2 kickoffs in a row. We've gotten a good outcome from kicking to their fullback instead of their 10.
Wow, man, this fullback loves to dorsiflex.
He does. Great seed from Sully.
You know, Coach yelling for them to put Hickey up, and they do, and it doesn't work. So, you know, there's a reason they say coaches don't play. Coop,
Eyes up play from Coop there.
Finds the hole, spins through
Gets
it
through
again.
the line.
Oh, breaks dummy. Wow, Fend finds Barlow. go. Oh. Gets hit a little early, maybe.
Gotta keep the ball here.
That's okay. Ref's got it. Bobby, strong legs, carry again. Don't get held up. Stay outside, please. Thank you, Bobby.
Inside, he does. Well done, Robert.
Spaghetti going in for a carry. Oh, yeah. Capilano not over that ball. Oh, hands in the rough from put on the ground from Capilano. Wow. That was something. Anyways, Vikes looking to abuse the overlap here. 2v2. Pass it to A-Game. Really trust him. Backs his man to, get to the corner, but doesn't quite. Ref's going to come back to the advantage from earlier. Advantage. That's another word. You know, it's a big word to say.
A lot of syllables in that one.
It doesn't really have much, big meaning.
No, it's no soporific, that's for sure.
That word in itself is kind of soporific. It's kind of self-explanatory. It kind of makes you want to go to bed.
Yeah.
When you have the advantage, it's a good thing, but... Oh, what happened?
Big cheers. Capilano has turned the ball over.
Sun's glaring in my eyes. No sunglasses. Having a hard time seeing a bit here. Yeah, not ideal.
Capilano looking to exit now.
Great weather to be playing in. Not ideal for commentating, apparently. Wow, and another shank kick from Capilano.
Vikes will have a line out in attacking position in the 10 meter. Do you want to take that?
The Vikes just, put back to exactly where they want to be. You can hear it earlier. There was somebody yelling to be patient, and that's exactly what we want to do. It's exactly what we are doing. We're just being patient, backing ourselves. It'll end up working out for us eventually. Time is running out. Maybe gonna have to act a bit quick, but you can be quick and be patient. Now we have another good platform to attack from. It seems a little hypocritical to say, but quick and patient.
Yeah.
Hypocritical?
Maybe ironic.
I don't think that works.
I don't think hypocritical.
Yeah, I think it does. Can we get somebody in the comments to verify is hypocritical the right word to use in that scenario? Vikes back to doing what they were earlier. Letting the forwards go to work.
Going to the backs now.
Oh, Coop finds Jet. Oh no, who is that?
Carter?
Carter, no, Aiden DeWitt. No, Carter. I really can't tell. One of the Weasley brothers.
Carter.
Carter, your name? Evie, or Eves as we call him. Started Harry Potter. Decided to switch.
Oh, Coop makes one miss.
Cooper Coates, doctor, again, just sliced him through the line.
Barlow doing a good job.
An attack pass from Lockhart. That is something special. Puts A-Game in for the hat trick. Wow.
Truly. And he's cramping again, but wow.
With skill like that, it's no surprise that you see him in the 13 jersey. Just really something special to see. And it puts his roommate, Alex Hammond, in for a hat trick. I would throw a hat if I was wearing one. Scott, you're not going to throw your hat on the field.
Tough crowd.
I'm here till 80 minutes.
It's good shot from JCC.
John Cooper Coates. Wow. The incision was open, but
Is this volume?
oh yeah, you can hear everything.
How are you doing, bro?
Good thing.
Good, how are you?
That was smooth.
Bro. Good, good to see you. Thank you. I'm living up here right now.
That's it. When did you get back?
I've been back since just like after Christmas.
Nice.
And I've just been doing this internship up here for a bit. So I'll be in Victor in the summer. You boys looking for me now?
Yeah, I took a call for a while ago. I'm cleared for next week. Bit of a guest in the booth here. Ian Smith, aka Devil Smurf, UVic alumni.
UVic legend.
Well, I was getting there. You're rushing to the point here, dude.
Alumni.
Sorry, I'm excited.
UVic alumni, joining a vast pool of alumni. But not all of them are legends like him. Just had a big little spree traveling around Europe, yeah? Yeah, traveling around Europe, really experienced life. Oh yes,
Yeah.
they talk about modesty. I was going to bring that up, but he brought it up himself. Actually signed a contract with Toulouse for half the
At
season.
the end of the game, if you would bring your empties and garbage towards the containers and announcing booth, much appreciated. Thank you.
Down to the final minutes of the game, final minute of the game here. It's really tight. The Vikes would love to put one more in and win the game because in order to win the game, you got to score more points than the other team. So that's what the Vikes are going to be looking to do here.
I think we previously mentioned that, but I'm not sure.
I just like to reiterate the point.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Surgical.
the surgeon. Yeah.
Oh, free kick, and it takes more time off the clock. Not ideal.
16. Nathan Gold. That's really big goal, brother. Yeah.
And Caps will have to play with it for about 20 seconds
great
here to
stick
seal out the
from
game.
Milo and Bobby.
Vikes need to get aggressive at the breakdown.
That muscle suit really helping Bobby out there.
Need to see someone have a go at the breakdown here.
I would love to see a little Artie survey Jackal here.
Get up, Artie.
Was it Artie against Ireland?
Yeah.
Yeah. Goals for one. Gets cleared out of the ruck.
Vikes blowing up the ruck now.
Aaron Smith tells him to get up, and he goes and he does it, and he's successful, and that's what I'd love to see from the Vikes boys right now.
Capilano keeps it. 9 runs away from
Come on,
support.
get up, Artie. Get up, Koopa.
Time has expired as per the scoreboard. Obviously, a different story if they haven't kicked it out yet. And they will. Caps seals it. Unfortunately, hard battle for the Vikes, though.
Congratulations to both teams. Very well-written game and
That's a great hard-fought game from both sides. Lots of great contact. A couple highlights, like Alex DiMaggio scoring 3. Yeah, you see Jay Dennis just working, dancing a little bit.
Francois coming out.
Nice law part over there. Yeah, nice tap. The doc who just finished his first successful surgery, was able to stitch up the patient, and he's just taking off his scrubs now. Anyways, thank you all for watching.